All right, so we're back here on another Couch Coach Live. Couch Coach, we are back on another Tuesday. We are here, and we got our special guest going on. JB, what's going
What's
on?
up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Good, just maintaining. Hey, the start of the NBA season starts tonight, so Merry
Oh yeah.
NBA, NBA tip off to everyone across the world. So yeah, man, got a great show lined up. Obviously, we'll be talking recapping Week 6 of the NFL season. At the bottom of the hour, we'll have the Hoopers, our down south cousins from the A. They'll be joining us to do the Eastern Conference, and then we'll put a bow on the week show by doing some Week 7 picks and giving out game balls. And let's see, we got. All right, we got. What's going on, Maui?
I made it.
Yeah, man, hey, you here, bro? You here, man. It's all good.
What up, JB?
What's
the
up,
legend.
Man? What's up,
the
man?
legend.
What's up, man? How you doing? Long time no see.
Right, man. But hey, you here. Legend.
Yes.
Superstar.
Yeah. So, fellas, man, we gotta talk about this crazy Monday Night Football game, the Monday Night Miracle for the Tennessee Titans, of course. So obviously, the Tennessee Titans did end up winning that game 34-21. Derrick Henry, once again, just doing his thing, 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. The immovable object versus the immovable force. He just did his thing. And then, and the interesting thing about the game was, obviously, Buffalo, they were down by 3. It was 4th and 1 in the red zone. They went for it, and then they didn't convert, and it was turnover downs. Obviously, Tennessee ended up getting that victory. So I wanted your thoughts on the Monday night game and the questionable play call. I'm gonna go with you first, JB. Your thoughts on the game and then that play call.
I've been going back and forth with people on this like today, man. I did not like the play call. So here's my thing, man. Like, I think that we have to kind of look at it like for what it is, man. A lot of these coaches are not really good at game managing. I'm going to get into this later because my head coach scares the fuck out of me. I think he's going to end up costing us in the playoffs, Mike McCarthy. But like, my thing is this, man. So like, Henry ran for 143 yards, but he had 76 of those yards on one run. So you figure they did a pretty good job of containing Henry, other than that one run. And you can't take the one run away from him, but it wasn't like he was gashing them for like 7 to 8 yards every time he was running. They did a pretty good job on him. So at that point, it's 34-31. Look, if it's 3 minutes left in the game, I understand you going for it then because like you're pinning them down deep in their own territory. But if you don't get the 4th down, you lose the game. The point is for you to extend the game for as long as possible. And that's not what McDermott did. Don't get me wrong. I think I like McDermott as a coach. He's definitely changed the culture in Buffalo because, I mean, Buffalo is going to make the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. They haven't done that since we were little kids, Chris. I mean, he's definitely changed the culture there, but I did not like the call there. And my friend, he prefaced, he said, well, Jamie, he was like, would you like it better if you throw it there? Yeah, I'd like it a little better if you throw it there, but it still doesn't change the point. If you don't get the 1st down, the game's over. You essentially ended the game early, and I don't think they should have did that. And the other reason, if you go into overtime, think about this, man. We've seen a bunch of overtime games since they changed the rules. You don't generally see teams running down your throat in overtime. Teams actually try to pass the ball more. So that's why I would have gone for overtime because, like, Tannehill did not have that good of a game throwing the football. So I think that if you go for overtime there, I think that you probably get the ball back and you're able to win the game. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. Mal, your thoughts?
Okay, I have a question, man.
Yeah.
What was the last play? Because I've seen it, but I've been so busy today.
QB
what was the last play?
It was a QB sneak.
Yeah, QB
right.
sneak. Yeah.
So they lost 2 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They trying to make Allen the hero. I mean, this is being he got paid. They trying to make him a hero. Like, why would you have him do a QB sneak? I mean, I get it because it's this, but you got a running back right there. Why don't you just hand the ball?
But you know why though? They have trouble. I've noticed they don't have a good running game. They're very bad in short distance situations. Like I think that if you run the running back there, you get stopped too. Yeah. So and I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though, Molly.
Let's go to the Steeler game. Right, the first half, he was running all over us, and I was like, man, it's how he ran. It was like a weird quarterback sneak. Like it didn't look like he would say hike, and then He'll wait a minute and then he'll take off. But he always ran through the line. He'll never run on the outside like some quarterbacks, right? He always ran through the line. So what I took from it is, and we spoke about it too, is like this. They want to make this like his MVP year. You know, he done got his money to really genuinely make a name of himself. So to me, like if he'd have made that touchdown, how they'd have been blowing him up. Like, oh man, heroic and blah blah blah. The second half of that Steeler game, they moved out. They had Watt on the outside, but they moved him on the inside. They started moving him on the inside. They moving on the left side. They moving on the right side, and it kind of choked. It kind of like startled. And I won't say startled. I kind of like threw Allen off a little bit that he couldn't do the same game plan he was doing in the first half. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just me. It reminds me of the Super Bowl with the Falcons. It reminds me of the Super Bowl when they should have ran the ball and they threw it. Seattle.
Seahawks.
But that's what I saw when I said why would he do that? I was like, why would he do that? I said he even would have put himself in a predicament to get hurt. You know what I mean? But that's my take. I think also, man, if you do want him to be the hero or do whatever, like I won't say Tom Brady wouldn't do it, but I do think that Tom Brady probably would have got him downfield and went on ahead and tied the ball game. Myself.
My thing is, and I almost a JB point where I wouldn't in that spot because think about it, they were 2-5 in the red zone. Mm-hmm. So to me, if like you said, the law averages, if I'm pretty much batting, almost 50%, less than 50%, I'm gonna keep the field goal and try to get into overtime and force my number one defense to go against this. And like you said, Tannehill he had a bad game. He didn't have any touchdowns in that game. He had like one interception. Yeah. And so to me, that was my biggest thing. And like to me, I didn't like that because now it's almost like you're letting everybody else sneak in the back door. Now being at 4-2 is a lot different than being 5-1. Mm-hmm. Now it's a lot of now it's a lot of 4-2 teams that could potentially. You look at the Tennessee and Kansas City. Like Kansas, if when they match up next week, there'll be another team that could be in their way. Also, the Chargers as well. So to me, that 5-1 would have separated them from the pack. And I think in Buffalo now they understand that in order for we need to host the AFC Championship game. We need because the road needs to lead through Buffalo if we're gonna make it to LA. So
we're saying the same thing though. The more like y'all argument and mine is really the same thing because it's just really the same thing because they should have took the field goal. But like you said, winning is just as important as you getting a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like as a team, like because the Chiefs is not doing as well as they were doing last year.
And I think it just says to me like what it says to me, and I kind of disagree with you saying that they were trying to become up to the hero. I just think it says a lot about where they're at right now. They don't trust their running game. They know pretty much if it's a 3rd and short or a 4th and short, if I hand the ball off to this guy, he's not going to be able to get the yards because you look at their running back. I think he's good running outside, but he's not good running in between the tackles. And I think that the bottom line is that like they said a lot, we don't trust our running game. And we think that Josh Allen will get that yard on a QB sneak or that half a yard on a QB sneak. We can't just, we don't have a guy like a Najee Harris where you hand the ball to him, he's going to fall forward and he's going to get the first down.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I think that what they did, I think they basically lost any chance last night of getting the number 1 seed. I might be wrong, but that's just a horrible way to lose the game, man, because like they actually, in my opinion, they were the better team last night. Like I think that Tennessee, hats off to them. I thought they were going to lose that game, but their defense, Tennessee's defense is not that good, but their defense came up with a huge stop, and that probably is going to end up propelling them to the playoffs again this year. So.
And now to me, it looks like it's going to be a cascading effect because what if Tennessee, they got another home game against Kansas City? Mm-hmm. They'd be, then in that case, they'd be 5-2 and then be on top of and they'd be, obviously with either the Ravens, Bengals winner and a couple other 5-2 teams that we see down the pike. And like you said, that's huge. And I'm telling you, that's gonna be one of them things that they're gonna sit back, and if they don't host an AFC Championship game, that's what they're gonna look back at. And I look at even when it was almost similar. Because remember last year they had that Thursday afternoon game against Kansas City in Buffalo. I think it was like a Monday afternoon game, and then they also had then they went to Tennessee last year and lost on a Tuesday night. Matter of fact, we did a show that night.
Yeah,
last year. So you look at those things, and like you said, and we thought Buffalo, I really thought that was really questionable.
So do you really saying if it's a team that can be just as physical with them, they can beat them?
I mean, yeah. I
think so.
Yeah, Buffalo is.
I think that now, but I think the AFC is real interesting because I think when I look at the Ravens, I don't think the Ravens are as good defensively as they've been before because you can run the football on the Ravens. So that's something that they prided themselves on. They were a hard team to run the football on. Like you can run, but you can run the football on them. But I do think that there's an element where I think that they're not a real physical team, especially offensively. I think that they're more of a finesse team. Now, defensively, I like them defensively, but they have a hard time rushing the quarterback. So they're definitely beatable. I think the AFC, it's crazy, man. This whole NFL, man, it's wide open this year. Like there are a lot of really good teams this year. So
big time. So, fellas, once again, we gotta talk about Shannon Sharpe being in another Twitter beef. So we got this week. It's DK versus Shannon Sharpe. So we'll kind of give everybody the play-by-play of what's going on with that. So DK Metcalf. So obviously, the Sunday night football game with your beloved Steelers, Maui. Remember that play? It was like a minute left to go in that game, and DK pretty much because he should have ran out of bounds to kind of conserve the clock, but he stayed in bounds. Then also it was fumbled. So then Shannon Sharpe said, "What was DK thinking? Why try to play hero ball in that situation?" So then your boy DK said, "Stop questioning me, little boy," with a crying with a laughing, crying emoji. "Stop questioning me, little boy." And then Shannon Sharpe came back and said, "Look, nothing to question. That was a dumbass play, and your pride won't let you admit it. You can't question anything I've done. Pray your resume will be as complete as mine. Pray, enjoy the rest of your day." And then DK said, "From the looks of it, I can wipe my A with yours. Continue to gossip, you washed up wannabe." And then DK came back and said, "Look, you know what? You're right, Shannon Sharpe. I do pray my resume can match yours. Hashtag work in progress, baby." So, guys, I want to get your guys' take on this Twitter beef between DK and Shannon. I'm gonna go with you first, Maui. What you got?
Man, like Shannon wasn't wrong, but at the same time, I'm really getting tired of the older guys just doing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't you just DM them and say, "Hey, man," you know what I mean, and talk to them in that way? Why you always gotta go that route? You know what I mean? Just call him out. Now, I'm not saying he was wrong. You know what I mean? But I know that's all a part of social media and blah blah blah. But I hate when they the older dudes they be going at it, man. They won't stop. I don't know why. I don't even know why they act like they so perfect. Michael Irvin said, "Hey, I didn't say nothing. Don't even." You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry, JB. I'm sorry, JB. I mean, I'm just being honest, and I fight myself too. Birthday next month, Christmas is coming up, and I fight myself. Because I'm older, basically. Kind of judging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because and I fight myself because I want to be more understanding. You know what I mean? At that point in time, he had to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You got Geno Smith as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like he trying to make something happen, but he has to understand. You also got to be conservative and be smart. You know what I mean? But I do think like that. You have to set an example, and sometimes a lot of these dudes that has these contracts on, and Chris is so silly. But a lot of these dudes, they got these contracts, And on these networks, man, they get on that social media, man, and or get that camera in front of them and just be saying the wildest stuff. Some people are in social media now I never thought would be on there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just like some rappers I never thought would be in on reality shows. You know what I mean? And they are. But that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Metcalf too. He kind of like ended it with he was being funny, but he gave him respect at the end, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. JB, your thoughts on this?
No, I kind of agree where Maui's coming from. Like some of these older guys, like, I mean, my thing is this, man, is like, and excuse my language, but man, they act like their shit doesn't stink. Like, I mean, they act like they never made a mistake in a game or did something stupid. I think over the course of every career, you probably can go back and look at footage of Shannon Sharpe, but he did some questionable stuff too. So I mean, like, my thing is also what Maui said, like, why not just reach out to him, like, yo, DK, I know, the situation is it's looking dire in Seattle, man, because Russ has been carrying them for a while and he's out. Mm-hmm. And like, I think DK probably he's trying to do too much because he sees that like the season is slipping away. So I mean, what he did wasn't smart. He should have went out of bounds. And if he fumbles the ball and Pittsburgh recovers, the game's over with right then, right there. It doesn't even make it to overtime. So I understand what Shannon was saying. But I mean, I think that you can approach these guys differently and just be like, look, man, I understand where you're coming from. And he could actually maybe tell him about something like, oh, well, one time when I was with the Broncos, John Elway was out and I did this and I realized like later on I shouldn't have done that. So man, just reach out to him in a way like that shows like humanity, that shows humanity and stuff like that. But like
you need more fraternity.
Yeah.
As men, we need more fraternity, man. Like we don't have that no more, man.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
And like I think with Shannon, man, like I think sometimes, man, I just think that everything is about ratings. I think that he realizes if he has Twitter beef with people, more people are gonna, tune into Undisputed. So I don't really know what to take of it, but I do wish that some of these older cats would just, come off like and stop like they just do too much sometimes, man. Like, and I'm noticing too, even with the old heads that like to watch sports, like, oh yeah, this never happened when I was watching football in the 1980s, and that was when it was a real game and they didn't have like, man, the games were like 14 to like 12, and you thought that was entertaining and stuff like that. So I mean, like, I feel what you're saying, Maui. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, man. I could easily entertain that, like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, that stuff getting. It's kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's the thing with Shannon, man. Shannon, he do that. That man got 1.5 million followers. That's why he's doing this. Like you said, the whole thing to call him out. But shout out to DK Metcalf. He's the only person in life that can call Shannon Sharpe a little boy and really mean it. You know how, like, I don't know about y'all, but I've had like 20 pound woman call me little boy, and I'm like, I'm double your size.
Yeah,
I ain't no little boy, but compared to DK, compared to Shannon, oh, he's a little boy. So, but like you said, and that's one of the things where, and that's the thing about the perils of social media, where how he would have felt if they had social media in his day and he had a fumble or he did something kind of like hero ball, how he would have felt if a former, if one of his peers from back in the day was able, be able to criticize him. So that's why I like, it's one of the things where they're in such a weird predicament where it's easy to criticize them, but I wonder how they would have took that how he would have took it when he was 20 something years old and they had social media in the 90s when he was playing.
What's weird about
yeah.
What's weird about that? I remember, especially since me being from Akron, Ray Lewis, the people that supposedly that died was from Akron.
Yeah.
So I remember the Super Bowl where all they kept questioning and talking about was the trial, the charge, blah 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 blah. And Ray Lewis kept saying, "Let's talk about football. Let's talk about football." And then I just remember Shannon Sharpe coming, look, this boy fought for his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so weird to see him in the media now because he was sitting there sticking up for Ray Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Because the media was badgering him. So I'm, and if I ever met him, I would tell him that. So why all of a sudden, I know you got a contract, you got to do what you got to do to entertaining. I know First Take is losing ratings. I get it, but I'm saying like, you sure it's quick to, and then they always do this. Check my resume. Come on, man.
That's like that's what his competition doing. You seeing what his competition doing with JB, boy. So I mean, right, and him and now going on this war with Stephon Marbury. That's what they doing. They doing that to generate that buzz. Like nobody's falling for that no more. Like it's stupid. But Shannon, he know what buttons to press. That's all. Like that's all how them guys are now. Because he was gonna get something. He knew he was gonna get something back from DK. Come on now. You think he gonna sit there and be quiet?
You remember when Michael Irvin interviewed T.O. and this was after they lost the Super Bowl, and he said, "Do you feel Michael Irvin is messing with T.O.?" He said, "So do you feel that you'd have won the Super Bowl if they had Brett Favre?" And he was like, had to ask you 2 or 3 times, and he said, "Yes, I feel like we would have won the Super Bowl if we had Brett Favre." You know what I mean? And it's like they use them because they ex-athletes to.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of dirty too, and it's kind of like just like stop poking the bear, man. Like I honestly feel like had this happened later on, so like let's say Shannon talks about it like maybe Monday night or earlier today, I think DK Metcalf has a different response. But I mean, you're blasting somebody like a minute after, and like. We all humans, man. Football, it's hard to win football games. And when you lose a game like they lost on Sunday night, that stings for a bit. And then, you go into the locker room, you check your phone, and you see that Shannon Sharpe has, basically, he's talking shit about you. Like, he probably felt some kind of way, not just because, of the comment he made, but because he just lost the game. So, his emotions were raw. So,
yeah. And you would think, since the KD stuff, you would think by now, though, they would have calmed that down because it's getting too much. It's like they just won't stop, and it's almost like the same characters too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crazy, but yeah, man. So I got my guys in the waiting room. My cousin from the A. We're gonna do this NBA Eastern Conference preview. Without further ado, let me bring my fellas in. What's going on, fellas? What up?
What's up?
What's going on?
How y'all feeling tonight, man?
I'm good, man.
What's up?
What's good with y'all?
Oh, man, you know how it is, chilling.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How did the city treat your couch?
Oh, the city loved me, man. I love it back, bro. But yeah, it was good, man. Caught the Falcons game. I did a little Magic City Mondays, but I did the takeout version. I didn't.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious when he told me that. Yeah. Oh, hold on, Coach. How come you ordered DoorDash again?
Because I seen the roster and I knew, look, I ain't trying to be. I ain't trying to be like them girls and Martin in them U-Hauls trying to find a way home. Nope, not gonna be me.
Yo, that was the coolest answer ever, bro. Okay,
you gonna end up throwing his plane ticket away. So hey,
correct.
Hey man, how much it cost to cash this? Cool.
Like, can I pay you on airline miles?
Right. I'm gonna take it too. They would have took them out. Hey, they would have took the miles, man. They got Miami soon.
Yeah, it was cool. And then we linked up at the Hawks game. So yeah, that and then the Falcons. Oh man, that was great. I love that stadium. Like I think I'm gonna just go for the hell of it once a year, even if we ain't playing them. So. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Chris, did you see the Falcon? Was the Falcon flying around the stadium? Because my cousin has a funny story about it. He went to go. So my cousin went there maybe about 15, 16 years ago when the Cowboys played them in Atlanta, and he said the Falcon landed on his shoulder. He said he was flipping out. So did you see the Falcon? Was the Falcon flying around the stadium? Okay.
But yeah, man. But it was cool. Like the Benz was real cool. Like the vibe and like I was telling Maui, bro. Like how most places you go, it'd be playing like Jock Jams. Remember Jock Jams? Man, they don't play none of that. There, all they playing is nothing but trap music. I'm like, I feel like I was like, this is so crazy. Like, they playing 24s at the football game.
Hey,
I'm like,
did you do the A-Town? Did you do the A-Town stop? Did you A-Town stop? Did you do it?
Nah.
If you won't give a damn, go and throw it up, man. I'd have so much fun.
In 2003, possibly, but not, because I don't know what's kosher. I don't know if that might have been a tourist activity. So, fellas, let's get into the Eastern Conference preview. So I'm gonna go around the horn, fellas. The storyline to watch in the Eastern Conference for you. I'm gonna go with you first, JB. What you got?
I think there are a few. Is Kyrie gonna get the shot? I think that's one. But the one I'm really looking at the most, there are two that I'm looking at. So the first one I'm looking at is the biggest one, and I think this is gonna end up being a problem. And I just think Philly wants too much for him. It's this Ben Simmons situation. I think that he is. The longer he stays there, I think the more and more toxic the situation is going to become. Yeah. So is Philly going to move him? I've seen that he's been suspended already for a game because he refused to take part in the drill. So I know that he probably is going to go against Denver on Friday. It's going to be interesting to see how much playing time he gets on Friday. So that's one storyline. The second storyline I'm looking at, and I think this one is interesting too. It's Atlanta. Can Atlanta take this next step? I mean, I think that a lot of people tend to lean on the fact that they've got a favorable draw last year in the playoffs. And actually, I think that they probably weren't the fifth best team in the East last year. I think that, Miami had issues with COVID. They had a lot of injuries, and so did Boston. So is Atlanta going to remain in the same spot? Or are they going to take a step forward? Or are they going to take a step back? So those are the two storylines that I think are really interesting from the Eastern Conference this year.
Okay. All right. What you got, Fresh?
I agree with that first storyline for sure. I think Ben Simmons is traded by Friday. Like he can't even make it. Yeah. He can't even make it there. It's going to be, they've let it kind of linger. I get why people are upset with. They say that Joel and Doc threw him under the bus. I think they could have said worse things about him, but whatever. But it's just bad at this point. And honestly, I don't even see how his teammates aren't really checking him about it. Not practicing or whatever, because he's quitting on them more than the organization. And it's funny, Philly made the trade for Jimmy Butler a couple years ago when he was doing the same thing, and now it's kind of reversed with Ben Simmons. So definitely the Philly thing, and I agree with JB also with the Kyrie, because is he really not gonna play all year? They just gonna let him stack that money from the house. So that'll be interesting to see if they just trade him or eventually he's able to play.
Yeah. What you got, W?
Oh man, interesting storylines for the East. Start Trae Young MVP season, because I feel like JB made some points. The Boston did struggle a little bit with injuries and COVID last year, but Trae Young, since he's been in the league, has basically been a 21-10 player. He averaged 27-9 last year, 27-8. The Hawks are building. They got a deep roster, and of course, with the deep roster and a good record, good numbers, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure Trae Young is gonna average 30 and 10 this year. Hybrid of Steve Nash and Steph Curry. And as long as the team is winning, I got the Hawks finishing at least fourth. I think Trae Young has a good chance to win MVP, if not Luka. But I got Trae Young MVP season this year. And mine is Miami, because Miami is they're not an older team, but they have older vets on their team. And I know it's been reported they're talking about signing John Wall if he gets bought out. I don't know how he's going to get bought out with all that money on his contract. But I think Miami has a win now mentality, to where if a lot of these players, I know they signed Kyle Lowry to a 3-year extension, but if Miami doesn't win this year and they kind of seem like they're struggling, I can see a lot of movement being made in Miami, especially just to right the ship. So Miami's win now window and Trae Young MVP season are my two storylines for the year.
Okay. Shout out to Trae. Maui, what you got?
Did he just say Trae Young MVP year?
I said it again. Trae Young. It's just like you got the Braves in the championship series, which y'all wasn't expecting.
Oh,
I got Trae Young.
okay.
Yeah, we ready.
Hey man, don't do that. It was last year that I told you they was gonna push him, didn't I? Didn't I tell you they was gonna push Trae Young last year? Don't do that. Right. He's a superstar. You see what he did in the Garden? The league needs that. Okay, mine is simple, man. I want to see. I'm definitely Miami storyline. Miami. I think, you know, I've been like watching, but they haven't really been blowing them up. They are older, but you know, they almost look like the Lakers of the East a little bit. But the lower version, that's like, you know, that I was like, is that Kyle Lowry for real? I was playing. Let me stop. But I you know what's funny? I don't know about them because I think Jimmy Butler left everything he had in that bubble. I don't think he's the same. And I ain't talking about Rachel.
Bro, why you dog? I'm trying to be professional here.
I am being professional. No, I am. I'm cracking jokes because we got the Hoopers over here.
We both got the same thing. That's all
right. But it makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, damn, he looked drained. Okay, let's move on. All right. Let's move on. Seriously. I think, but they do have PJ Tucker. I felt like the Bucks, I don't think they would have won without PJ Tucker. Yep. And the gentleman last week said that I was wrong. Because I saw Holiday and PJ Tucker switching on Booker.
Oh yeah, they were.
And I thought that was an issue because they're not winning without Chris Paul balling like he was. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I want to see if the Bucks are the same without PJ Tucker. And definitely Miami. I want to see, and then I want to see also, because I know last year the Nets, they rest a lot of their players. You know what I mean? And I want to see if they still going to be able to move, be as successful as they were last year. Because I don't know if they are. I don't even think they're as deep as. I mean, y'all probably got more experience, but I don't even think they're as deep as they should be.
Oh, I think they are.
You think they are?
I think that. Well, I think one of the biggest things that killed them last year were the injuries. Like, I think
definitely. That's why I said
the Patty Mills pickup was a nice pickup. Patty Mills was a nice pickup, and then also they also picked up Paul Millsap too. So I think that they're a bit deeper this year than they were last year because they just ran out. They ran out of bodies last year. They ran out of gas in that game 7.
Because no disrespect, we sitting here talking about, and I'm a Bron guy, but I'm not a hater. I know who Kyrie is, but this has been Kyrie. Come on, y'all. Stop it. You know what I mean? We know he a beast, but come on now. This is Kyrie. He's either been injured. It's always been something. It's always been something. You know what I'm saying? Ingrown toenail, strep throat. Well, it's always something. You know what I mean?
The sinus issue.
He's the point guard version of Anthony Davis. Minus the mental health issues. No, you didn't use minus the mental health issues.
But I'm not mad, but I'm just saying, if I had him on my team, if he's gonna be there, he's gonna be there. If he's not gonna be there, I will already have that. If he's gonna be there, I'm like, cool. But it's like if you cooking something and you don't have that one ingredient, don't worry about it. We can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say that about him, but it's the truth. It's the truth, man. Like, mentally, I would have already had a plans that, man, he's probably ain't gonna be here, or it's gonna be an issue sometime during the season with him. You know what I mean? I'm not. This has nothing to do with his argument about the reason. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying, Kyrie, if you look at his career, he has been doing this, or something has been wrong since he was at Duke. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
How many?
He's injury prone. He's injury prone. He stays hurt a lot. Yeah. There's no denying that.
How many games? How many seasons truly has he played the full season?
No.
He can miss
none. Which is why I just made the comment. He's the point guard version of Anthony Davis. The same thing about Anthony Davis as well. Like, he's been injury prone too. I think Anthony Davis. This is his 9th year, and I think he's only had 2 years where he's played like more than 72 games.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Anthony Davis has been really injury prone too. Like So like that's why. Yeah. So I mean, like,
my storylines is I want to see how the Bucks is going to be without PJ Tucker, and then I also want to see how this Miami team is going to be.
Yeah, and also to your source, Cole said that about PJ Tucker. So,
Yeah. Cole
Yeah,
said
that's
that.
no, Maui, that's a good one about PJ Tucker because I definitely do think that like even though he wasn't scoring, he did provide like a lot of like really good defense. I think he won't be missed so much in the regular season, but he'll be missed in the playoffs. I'm interested to see what Milwaukee does like on the buyout market like after the trade deadline and stuff. So that'll be interesting as well. So
yes, and I got a couple storylines. Obviously, I think Kyrie. I think that's going always the biggest headline because now you look at. I think after each loss, or if they go into a slump, the question is going to be there. Like he's going to be the topic of a lot of conversation throughout the season or this whole duration. So if they struggle, like I bet tonight, if Milwaukee hold on to this lead, what we gonna talk about tomorrow morning? Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
You know, so he's always going to be, you know, he's going to be the biggest soap opera as Kyrie turns. So that'll be the biggest soap opera. And then also personal one, I want to see what this new look Chicago Bulls are going to do this year. They're another team that I look at that they have an apex, and you know they also have, you know, they could, you know, in some cases I've seen people having them as a 6 seed. I've had them 6 to like 9, what I've been seeing as an average, as a consensus. Yeah. So I just want to see what that team, how they mesh together. Lonzo Ball, you know, got his shot right. He's doing his thing. And just, you know, DeMar DeRozan. Also, now you got Vukovic. What
Vukovic.
No. I do it like what Perk doing.
Yeah.
What Perk said. Vukovic. So how Perk said. And then just, you know, and just see what this team does, because now it's just one of the things where it's like it's a win now situation in Chicago where, you know, they pretty much mortgage their future at this point, and hey, they have to do what they got to do in this situation, so it's got to be successful. So this is gonna, you know, with that's concerned. So fellas, let's talk about now rookies to watch in the Eastern Conference. Pardon me. So I'm gonna go with you. Fellas, first, I'm gonna go with you first. Fresh, what you got is your rookies to watch?
That's a lot of good rookies in the East.
Yes.
I'm most interested in, I believe you say, it's James Bouknight. I think that's how you said last name.
Yes.
He's gonna be more likely LaMelo's backup. I think they're gonna play together some, but he has like a really good feel on the court, and I think they kind of struggled at the backup point guard because Devontae Graham had a tough year. So I think he'd be a great replacement for him. And Charlotte is trying to, you know, they were in the playoffs last year before LaMelo got hurt. So they want to definitely try to make a playoff push. I'm not saying I think they're going to make it. I don't know if they are, but they definitely think in the playoffs. So, yeah, I like James Bouknight, and definitely keep an eye on Jalen Suggs and Orlando.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what y'all the one that tweeted that nasty dunk that he did the other day?
That's a good start to your NBA career. Honestly. Like,
yes,
that's how you get him. Like, hey,
yeah, I was like,
he gonna do that every game. Like, I definitely agree with James Bouknight. Like, once you put yourself out there like that, it's like everybody's going to be watching every time you touch the ball. And I think he has the skill to deliver on that on a nightly basis, especially playing. I don't think people realize Charlotte isn't a veteran team. They aren't necessarily a young team either. Like Terry Rozier has some age on him. I know Miles Bridges is a little young, but he's been in the league long enough. Who's the center now? I forget the center, but they got rid of Cody Zeller, which is all that matters to me, honestly.
Didn't they replace him with like another Charlotte has like this ever like dying love for like the white American center. It's like they always replace one. They replace one. They replace one white guy with another white guy. So I think that's okay. I'll stop it.
What they did. But I'm pretty sure they got somebody that can actually catch passes on another ball this year. So that should help. And Cam Thomas, just because of the Kyrie thing, need somebody that's going, if not replace that score, and at least replicate it to us. I don't think he's gonna come out and average 27 as a rookie. Like nobody is Michael Jordan anymore. But if he can come out and give them any kind of scoring or any kind of meaningful minutes on offense, I think that helps hold that team afloat, especially with a vet like Patty Mills coming off the bench with him as well. So James Bouknight and Cam Thomas are gonna be my two rookies to watch this year.
Word. JB, what you got?
So there are a few. I'm looking at Kate Cunningham.
See what he does with the Nuggets. Why did I say the Nuggets? The Pistons.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, see what he does with the Pistons. I mean, like, see if he's good as advertised. Also, Evan Mobley, because I think in some years Evan Mobley maybe would have been the first pick. So I mean, he's really like mobile center. He can shoot. He can do a lot of things well. And the last guy I'm looking at too is Jalen Suggs, who fell to the Magic. I think the Magic are a really interesting team. I'm not sure where to put them at. Like, I think that they have some really nice pieces on that team. So they might be one of those teams they're like vying for one of the play-in spots towards the end of the year. So yeah.
Definitely. I can see that.
Yeah. And your boy there, he got a little money now. Shout out to Wendell Carter. Your boy.
Wendell. Yeah. 40. Wendell got that extension, and poor DeAndre Ayton is like getting more and more pissed off as we go on.
Every day.
Every day.
I know. I feel for that brother.
Yeah.
And then Mikal Bridges got the bag.
Oh, I know.
Everybody except DeAndre Ayton got the bag.
Bro. Oh, I would be mad, yo.
We're talking about the
right. Any what you got, Mal? Who are your East?
I got basically the same thing JB said. I got Cade Cunningham to see how, they was calling him the second coming of Anthony Davis. So they saying that he's supposed to be pretty good with these Pistons. I'm like, but I don't have him. The Pistons doing too well. But Orlando, you know what I'm saying? I got what Suggs. I think Orlando I think they have somebody else. Is it Green? But anyway, I just feel like Orlando might pick up. They might be able to make a little run for the play-in game. That's going to be a trip with the play-in game. And some of these teams that you don't even think will make the playoffs, they run in there and win like 2 games and make it to the playoffs. And some team that's been like that's been in the playoffs for years, and then like, damn, for real.
9 and 10 gonna be a struggle. Like, I think that's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to the last minute. It's a couple guys that you obviously Cade Cunningham, the number 1 pick. I mean, what they're doing in Detroit, what they're doing. Scotty Barnes, what he's doing. I want to see what he does in Toronto. I was going to say Tampa Bay because they're back in Toronto now, right? So what he does, like as far as his versatility, what he'll be, how he'll fit in that scheme in Toronto. But then I think who was a sneaky good rookie and he went to the right team is Chris Durante from the cat from Oregon that went to Indiana. I think he's gonna be a guy. I think.
Oh yeah.
I looked at that. That's like really a sneaky good acquisition. Well, a draft pick that they got. Coupled with what they already got. So I like this. He's gonna be kind of one of those guys that could just fit in that system and kind of pretty much what they call it. You can play right out the box. Type of player. So yeah. And like you said, Evan Mobley. I like like you said what he's doing. That's gonna be an interesting team coming down the line. And like you said, Fortnite as well. Yeah.
Cleveland, they're gonna be very interesting with 6 centers on their team.
Yes.
And 6 centers, 4-point guards.
Right. And then they had a nerve. And then they ended up signing Taco Fall. And I'm like, Taco Fall. Like, Joe, it still got Kevin Love.
Love. Like, this is what we gonna do. We gonna play 2-point guards and 3 big men. Hey, that's what we gonna do.
Correct. Exactly. Right. But I don't know. It's Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland is interesting.
Yeah, say everything Cleveland. Go ahead and say it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but so fella, this is it's always one of my favorite topics when we do NBA previews. And I definitely have a shout out to Bill Simmons for creating this because I don't want to act like I bite off the style. I didn't copyright this, but the League Pass team in the Eastern Conference that you like. What is your Eastern Conference League Pass team?
What you mean?
Because remember, so basically, like if you had a team that you would just watch, like if you had League Pass.
That's right.
Like on a random, like tonight, if a game, one more pick, essentially. Yeah, League Pass team. So JP, I'm gonna go with you first. Who's your League Pass team in the Western Conference?
What about the Hawks? The Hawks.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hawks. Yeah, I want to watch Trae Young. Like, I enjoy watching Trae Young.
I know what I have with Brooklyn and Milwaukee, and but like the Hawks, yeah. I think they're a very young, exciting team. Trae Young, Collins. They have diversity. They have a couple of white European guys. Where they have everything that you want in like this progressive times that we're living in. They have black coach. Everything, man.
Around the corner, Lil Pepper wings around the corner.
Yeah, I know. They have like a lot of strip clubs too, and some interesting people in the audience. I'm gonna get canceled for this, but that's one.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna be there.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna be there. Yeah,
like,
you ain't gonna get canceled. I'm a protest for you.
Okay, thanks, man.
I didn't think Summer Walker would be at the Falcons game, but.
You never know who you go to. That's the thing, though. We all know each other down here, and you would never know it. Like, I'm pretty sure she knows somebody on the team that went to high school with her down here. That's how it works.
Right. You never know. Like you said, and then the honey barbecue with the kiss of lemon pepper.
Hey. Coach no.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No.
So, yes, indeed. So, Fresh, who's your league pass team?
Other than the Hawks, I got to go with the Bulls. Right. Other than the Hawks, I definitely got to go with the Bulls. I think the Bulls have one of the better starting lineups in the league. It's just a matter of like what they're gonna get out of their bench this year. So that's what I'm interested to see. But to see Lonzo get to run up and down the court with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. And you got Patrick Williams there too. Boots is nice. He's nice in the post. So Chicago, they're gonna be good. I can see them being anywhere from like 4 and 9 this year.
Right.
So it'll be definitely the Bulls. I want to see how they met.
Yeah. W, what you got?
He actually took my Bulls one because it's like when the last time the Bulls had 2 wing players like this, like 98, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I was a kid.
Definitely Chicago is going to be one of those teams you want to tune into on League Pass. But mine is Orlando. I don't expect much out of Orlando except some funness. Like who they are, like say Jalen Suggs should be fun this year. Gary Harris and his facial expressions. Wendell Carter and Mo Bamba. What's my guy name? RJ Hampton. Like, if nothing else, Orlando should be fun, whether they're losing or winning. I think they're gonna lose more than win. But Orlando should definitely be a fun team to watch. And of course, like I said, Chicago, because DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine are gonna put on a dunk show every other night. So you're not gonna want to miss that.
Yeah. Maui, what you got? Who's your league pass team?
Man, the Bulls. Like when I seen the team together, I kept it quiet, and I was like, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And with Alex Caruso, they're going to be a problem, bro.
Not about
they're going to be
correct.
They're going to be a problem, bro. Like defensive wise, if they're going to, I think all around they got a coach, they got a young team, they got some veterans. I'm telling you, on the low, they're going to be a problem. And it's those 3 teams.
Yep.
It's the Knicks, it's the Hawks, because Boston to me is on the decline. Am I wrong for saying that?
You're not wrong, but I'm not ready to say it. Like, I want to see them be healthy. They can be healthy this year and they can figure out that point guard spot. I think Boston can still be a home court advantage type team.
So,
but you're not wrong. You're not wrong though.
I think those 3 teams. I think the Bulls. I think the Hawks, and I think that in the Knicks, we're about to see a new coming of these new teams, these new franchises for the future. That's just what I'm saying. I really believe it. When I see, man, you trip, they're gonna be balling, be for real. Like I'm talking about competitive, running the ball, defense, slashing.
Mm-hmm. You think defense? I think that their defense is actually. I think their defense is going to be a big issue. I mean, like I know Lonzo's a good defender, and I think Caruso's a good defender, but you're still playing LaVine, who's horrible on defense, and then you're playing DeRozan and Vukovic. So 3 of the 5 on the defense are bad defenders. I think they're going to be able to score the ball good, but defense, I think that's going to be an issue for them.
Defense, all you just said you had 2. Every team, all you need is 1 or 2, and then it'll come together.
I think that you need better than like 2 wing defenders. You need a center that can defend. Vukovic, I like him a lot, but like he's an issue. And you're like, look, man, it might not show up that much in the regular season, but like when I'm thinking of teams that like are going to be contenders. I don't look at the Bulls as being a contender in a few years because I think that they have like a lot of shortcomings when the playoffs come. So, yeah.
I think Patrick Williams is going.
Pat
I think we underrated Pat. I think if Pat Williams does what he's supposed to do, as a small stretch four, he can be a good help defender. And I think that's going to help. And then, like I said, Alex Caruso, who isn't the most athletic player, but we know he's going to get into you every night on defense. Like, he's going to be at your ankles every night.
Yeah.
Right. And that stuff is like, you have players like that, that stuff's like cancer. Like, eventually it's going to spread. You know, it's just the truth. You know what I mean? If you're going to see somebody else put that effort in, you know, and they also, you know, he got a chip too. So, you know, the practice is going to be tough. I'm telling you, it's going to be, that's how it spreads. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the AC gonna be on all year, Chicago. Bro, boom. That's not an original tweet. I got that from Twitter, so I don't add me on that one. So I was like, "Yo, that's clever." Right? And then, bro, why they had to join like him passing the torch to the
He's so stupid, man.
I hate the internet, yo.
The Wild West. You never know what you're gonna do.
Bro, I hate the internet. Yo, it's constant. But it's a lot of like league pass teams in the East. Obviously, I think the elephant in the room is the Charlotte Hornets. And really where it's spearheaded is that is a broadcast team, Dale Curry and Eric Collins. Eric Collins, he's like the next like what's his face? Harlan. Not Harlan. I can't believe I didn't bring this man up. Not Green. The one that used to do the Timberwolves games. Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan. I think he gonna be the next Kevin Harlan. Like, yo, like he be doing stuff. I'll be like, yo, like how he announced. I'll be like, yo, that gets you hype. And like you said, they could be the highlight reel. Obviously, you got Book Night. Also, like I said, LaMelo. Finishers, Miles. Your boy PJ Washington.
Mm-hmm.
look.
Ball out this year.
Right. Correct, because I don't know. She's still hunting for Sun, so it might be a little less. So but Lord, please don't let that. Don't. But it's on other teams as well. Bro, I can't get over that, yo. When she posted that picture, I like
they was at her neck. I'm glad they was at her neck.
I'm right. Keep them accountable. Because let that be us. Let this be us. We OGs, we 30 years old, going to some Jackson State talk about saying stuff like that. Man, bro, we being chill.
Oh yeah, no. Predators.
Right.
Lock them up.
Lock them up. Right. But obviously that, and then like surprisingly, it's a couple of them. Obviously, a lot of Central Division teams. Like I look at like Cleveland. I think they'll be an interesting league pass team. Obviously with the center, and then now Sexland is back.
Sexton, Garland,
Sexland, yeah. Which I'm like, why would you name that?
I still don't like that name.
I don't either. Like as far as I'm like, like who created that? It's like. And then I think even if in Detroit, I think they're going to be an intriguing team. Obviously with Cade, also with that backcourt with Killian Hayes, no relation, and like that, and then Sadiq Bey and what they got, and then so it's going to be a lot of league pass teams. But the one I think for certain is going to be the Charlotte Hornets. I think that'll be a team that I would tune in any day of the week and catch them play. Because I think there's so many highlight reels on that one.
Yeah, there's some top 10 plays coming from LaMelo and Miles Bridges.
They're going to have at least 3 every night.
Correct. Yeah. So, fellas, Eastern Conference sleepers. I will go with you first, JP. Who's your Eastern Conference sleepers?
I gotta disagree with my buddy Deshaun. I think Boston is probably a sleeper. I just think that you have to kind of like look at it for what it is. Boston and Miami, they had deep runs in the bubble, and they both were wrecked by COVID. And Tatum missed a bunch of time, and just everybody, Marcus Smart. So I think that if those guys stay healthy, they're probably a top 3 team in the East last year. So point guard is an issue. Is Schrader going to be the starting point guard? But I also kind of like the move that they made when they picked up Josh Richardson as well too. So Boston for me is a sleeper. And I would also say this. Now, I don't think that they're going to finish in the top 5, but watch out for Indy. They had a lot of injuries last year too, and they changed their coach. And Rick Carlisle always, generally speaking, his teams generally overperform. They don't underperform. So I would watch out for Indy as well too. I would not be surprised if Indy doesn't finish like 5th or 6th in the East.
Yeah. Fresh, what you got?
JB definitely stole mine with Indy. Rick Carlisle, he's typically in the playoffs. You got Sabonis, he's an all-star. I think Karras is starting the year hurt, but once he gets back, he can give you an easy 20. Brogdon is a very underrated player. Like he's like a borderline all-star type of guy. So Indy is definitely a sleeper for me. And I'm gonna pick someone else. I'm interested to see Toronto this year. I think that could go either way, honestly. I'm going to be honest. It could go really bad or it could go good. Because they have some solid players there. OG, you got Pascal, definitely like the rookie that they brought in, Fred VanVleet. Nick Nurse is a really good coach. So they're one of those teams that could be really, really solid. So I could easily see them still in like that 8 seed, 7 seed and getting in the playoffs. But, the wrong injury happens, and I think their season is going to be really
And
bad.
they're back in Canada this year, too. I think that another thing that we kind of have to look at for what it was last year too. They were in Tampa. They were in Tampa. They were in Tampa. They were on Tampa the whole season on the road. And they were another team they got wrecked by. That's why I think that I wouldn't have overreacted if my team didn't have a good year last year, because like with COVID and with everything that was going on last year, I don't think you could get like a good estimate of what a team really was last year. So
yeah, that's definitely fair. So, but like you said, they literally all of their games on the road because they had to play in Tampa. So, being at home and work for them, definitely the opposing team's gonna have to be on alert because they break those COVID rules. They're going to jail. That's already been reported.
Right.
So, have to get best behavior in Canada next year. But yeah, the Indy and Toronto.
It's a lot of vices in Toronto.
Yeah, I know you have to say.
Oh boy.
Don't call Drake when you get there. See him at the stadium.
Nope. Right. Okay. Caramel pecan. But anyway, let's not get canceled. W. Who you eating off a sleeper?
Sleeper team from the East. I feel like somebody always pick this team every year, and I'm gonna keep on picking this team. I'm gonna continue the tradition. I think the Washington Wizards. Y'all go ahead and kill me now. Go ahead and shoot me now. I don't care.
No, I had them. So you good, bro?
Go ahead, Maui. Go ahead.
Keep cooking.
Hey man, hey, I'm freestyling, baby. I'm listening to y'all.
Ain't about the money, baby. Ain't about the money. But no, seriously, I think Washington, what they did picking up Montrezl and Kyle Kuzma, and Spencer Dinwiddie, I think that helps that team dramatically a lot, offensively and defensively a little bit. I think Trez, who's undersized, he can provide some shot blocking a little bit. Kyle Kuzma, when his head is when he's in the game, he can get you about 16 to 20 on any given night. And I'm not even a big Kyle Kuzma fan. He should, though, you're right, because he's going to shoot it once he get it. Like, as soon as it turns on, it's John Woo movie, shots fired. Thomas Bryant will be back healthy. How you say his last name?
Rui Hachimura?
Yeah, Hachimura.
Hachimura.
Yeah,
Washington should be pretty good. If nothing else, they should be able to score 125 points every night. Like Bradley Beal still on average 30. I don't know. They got a new head coach, so maybe they play some defense this year. Shout out to Westside Sale Jr. getting that job.
Yeah.
But Washington should at least be 125 to 120 every night, if not 125 to 124. Right?
What if Bradley Beal gets hurt though?
We're not gonna do that though, because we're not being negative tonight.
Right.
Okay. I'm just saying. What if he gets hurt? I mean, yeah.
Because if Bradley Beal gets hurt, I don't know where they find that that much scoring from because they had like.
Well, I mean, I think Kuzma will score better. I mean, I think that he's the kind of guy he can score 19, 20 for a Well, no. Well, no, I think he can score 19 and 20 for like a non-playoff contender. That's what my point.
That's what the Wizards are. They're a non-playoff contender.
Yeah.
I think to get the 7th.
Yeah, you gonna be straight. Yeah. So
they're gonna get a big year from Gafford this year too.
I like Gafford.
Oh yeah, Gafford. Yeah, one of my boys. Yeah,
medium bag Gafford. I definitely like that.
Yeah,
somebody to block some shots down there because nobody's gonna play defense on the perimeter.
Perhaps. so Maui, what you got? Who's your
man? I was just listening to y'all. I'm not lying. I'm freestyling, but I really am, like, you know what I'm saying? But I want to say Orlando, and I want to say the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see what the Wizards going to be able to put together. You know what I mean? I didn't know they had a new coach, though. I'm not even going to lie to you. But I really want to see, because they usually figure out a way, at least to make it, you know, the playing game or something. You know what I mean? They usually figure out something. And then, like, they got to do something like, ain't Bradley Beal any up for an extension?
Yeah,
for the 4th year in a row.
You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard to leave DC because, you know what I mean? I get it, but
I don't know. I don't know. So I'm still trying to.
Hey, you from Atlanta? You from Atlanta, right?
Yep, same page.
They just a little bougier up in DC. I just want you to know that. But they're about the same. They're about the same. But I just don't. You know, I wanted to put them, and then JB. You know, I just had questions with Boston because it just seemed like they keep being at the same place, and I know they have made some changes. So I really didn't know if they still going to be able to. You kind of proved me wrong by the words that you said. So I really, you know, I'm going to be checking them out too. I think they're a sleeper team. You never know. You know, they're not talking about them. They're not talking about them though.
And usually when they don't talk about them, that's when they do their best, actually. Because you remember, you know, when they took LeBron to Game 7 in 2018 with the team nobody really expected out of them, and then the next year they had all the expectations and they kind of like fell flat. And then the year before last, after Kyrie left, nobody really was talking about them. So I think that they're one of those funny teams. They have a good year, then a down year, and this is
they got a new coach, right?
Yeah. Imi Udoka. He's our coach.
Nia Long. That's great motive. Hey, I'm just saying, like,
can't make the team, man. You gotta get a win.
You gotta get a win. Like, how you
gonna play buddy.
Right there, like, you want it? Good shot, Taylor. Good shot, JB. Like, I need that.
He been married her.
Might be a little Delonte situation, but we ain't going there.
Hey. You know, if you like that
so before we move on, what do you guys think about the Knicks? Y'all think the Knicks is going to have the same success they had last year?
No. They're a team I'm really down on, actually. I think that they overperformed their record. I'm not a big fan. Chris knows this. Like, I fucking hate Tom. I hate Tom Thibodeau. Like, I really do. Like, I think that he coaches like you're playing NBA Live and you take fatigue off. He plays all of his guys 41, 42 minutes. Like, what he did to Joakim Noah, like, still pisses me off. Is that Joakim Noah went from being Defensive Player of the Year to being like a fucking skeleton that looked like he was malnourished. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And like, oh, Derrick Rose has had knee problems. Let's play him 41, 42 minutes a game. What could go wrong?
You know you're right.
Hey, he's still there. Tibbs gonna be his best man though.
That is kind of the one concern. Like, will Tibbs try to overdo it this year? I think he found a good balance with the roster he had last year. They did overachieve a little bit. Nobody had the Knicks as a 4th seed, but I think, you know, bringing in Kemba, getting rid of players like Elfrid Payton and Ntilikina. I think Mitchell Robinson being healthy was really going to determine what the Knicks do, because Mitchell Robinson is fully healthy, ready to go this year. I got him for my defensive player of the year. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I see him leading the league in blocks. Like, the boy can average like 3 blocks this year. Like, just off athleticism, and he got like an 8'11" wingspan. Like, if he's doing what he's supposed to do, what you gonna do? You gonna dunk on him? Probably not. unless you John Collins and the Hawks.
Yeah, yeah, yo, I'm gonna tell Edgar on y'all. But now we good though. But yeah, shout out to Edgar, man. Yo,
Shout out to all the Knicks fans. I'm glad the Knicks can.
Yeah, I know it does. I'm definitely huge shout out to all the Knicks. Of course, the Prez, Coach Fall, Edgar, Mario.
For them coming into this year compared to last year.
Right. Right. And it's good for them. You know, like I said, when the Knicks winning, you know, the league winning.
Get some better rappers out the city now.
Did they go undefeated in the preseason?
I think they did, actually. Did they?
I have no idea. I don't even know. Yeah. And my sleeper, and it's crazy, like you said, it's weird. Like when you think about the Celtics, because in traditional sense, you think you got two young superstars, you know, Jason Tatum at 23 years old, which I still gotta look at his scouting report every time just to make sure I got the right date of birth for him. For him to be 23 years old, it's just spooky. That's another team where it's like you said, they're sleeping because, you know, that's another 20 years where no one's really talking about them. You know, it's a lot of question marks with them. And then even to W's point, I was looking at the Wizards, like, you know, they got a great haul out of that Russell Westbrook trade. Yep. So I like the pieces that they got out of that. I think, like you talk about Trez, I think Trez go somewhere, and I think, you know, I think those guys now got a good change of pace where they at. Cal Kuzma, I think he can focus. He don't have, you know, I don't see him, you know, bleaching his hair or doing anything weird with his hair this year. You know,
we call dudes like that Bamas where we come from. You can take that Bama ass shit off your head.
He's a 90s kid.
Take that Bama ass. What the hell was wrong with you?
He's a 90s kid.
Shit out your head.
And Roy, I think he's gonna do his thing. And then also Bradley Beal. So, you know, you know, thinking Tina almost, you know, that made the playoffs last year. Then, you know, they get this kind of haul and only, you know, really lose Russell Westbrook. But the haul that they got for him was pretty good. So, fellas, let's end this East Coast prediction. So we'll go around the horn. So we're gonna go through 1 through 10. So we'll go 10 first. Who is your 10th seed in the Eastern Conference? I'm gonna go with you first, Maui. What you got?
Orlando.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, JB, what you got?
I'm going with the Raptors.
Okay.
So
Fresh, what you got?
That's tough. 10th seed.
Take up all of course.
I'm gonna go Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. W, what you got?
I know you're talking to me. Oh, 10th seed. I'm gonna go Charlotte. I see them just missing it again.
No, because on my paper, because I got everybody in order, and then it's like I was like JD. I was like, and I'm thinking JB, because that's why I said J. Okay, then I was like, yeah, because I like, why did I put them twice? But yeah, all right. Match is the Washington Wizards coming in at 10th. Yeah,
that's a good one.
9th seed. Who you got, Maui?
Wizards.
Okay. JB, who you got?
I'm going with the Bulls.
Okay. All right. Fresh, what you got?
I'm going Wizards also.
Wiz, okay. What you got, W?
I'm going Wizards.
Okay. They gonna kill me. But give me the Knicks.
Hey, yo, dead ass son, you wrong.
Give me the Knicks. Give me the Knicks. I'm
Knicks
sorry,
all
Fred.
day,
I'm sorry,
you know?
Edgar. I'm sorry, Mario. Coach Paul. I'm so sorry, but hey, you still make the playoffs. So
yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, man, yeah. So don't add me, guys. You know, this is
They
October.
ain't get caught by the Hawks this year. They
Hey,
get caught by Brooklyn.
Correct.
that's probably what, because of the Knicks days. That's why they made the playing game. We got too much type of money, man.
All right, let's see.
It's dusty.
Your 8th seed. Who you got, Maui?
Pacers.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. JB, what you got?
I'm going with the Knicks.
Okay.
8th seed.
Fresh, what you got?
8th seed. I will go New York Knickerbockers.
NYK. All right. W, what you got?
I got the Pacers.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Pacers as well. It's my 8th. 7th seed. Who you got, Maui?
Knicks.
Okay. All right. JB, what you got?
I got the Pacers.
Okay. 7th seed, Fresh. What you got?
7th seed, I'm going to go Indiana.
Okay. And W, what you got?
I got the Miami Heat. I don't think they're gonna.
Oh,
What did he say?
At some point, somebody's gonna get hurt, and that's gonna throw their whole team off. Oladipo's coming back from injury.
oh boy.
Jimmy Butler, I don't know. Jimmy Butler could get hurt
Wow.
for the season, which he
He
had
could.
a couple times. Like, nah. I got the Heat at the 7th seed. I don't think Kyle Hardy.
Wow.
Yeah, big face coffee and R&B single.
I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that, man.
Yeah. The 7th seed, I got the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
All right. 6th seed. Who you got, Maui?
Boston.
Okay. JB, who you got?
Hate to do it, fellas. I think they're gonna take a step back this year. I got the Hawks as the 6th seed. Yeah.
Fresh, who you got?
6th seed, I'm going to take the Bulls, Chicago Bulls. 6th.
Okay.
6th seed.
W, what you got?
I got the Knicks at 6.
Knicks, okay. All right. And the 6th seed, I got the Bulls as well. All right. The 5th seed, who you got, Maui?
The Hawks.
Okay. JB, who you got?
Oh, I went back and forth on this. I ultimately went with Philly.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
You just-
I was like, oh, shit. I completely forgot about these things.
whole conference bet stuff now.
Damn. I'm
Fresh,
thrown
who-
off.
Right. Fresh, who you got?
This is the 5 seed, right? I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Boston.
Okay. All right. W, what you got?
We can double up on Boston right there.
Yeah, all right, it's all good. All right. I got Atlanta. My 3rd home.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So 4th seed. Who you got, Maui?
Well, we know it ain't the 76ers. The 4th seed, I got Miami.
Okay.
Damn, I forgot about Philly. That's cold.
All right. Who you got, JB?
I got Boston.
Okay. Fresh, what you got?
4th seed, I'm going to take Miami at 4.
Miami. Okay.
Did you get Philly?
No.
And W, what you got?
I got Philly at 4.
I got Philly at 4 too. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so now it's down to the final 3 seeds. Your 3rd seed, Maui. What you got? All right, get your
Hold
breath.
up.
Get your breath. Yeah,
Okay.
get a little water. You good? Get a little oxygen.
Hey, man, I better not be judged by none of y'all when I tell y'all
no,
this.
no judgment.
But I really believe in these Bulls.
Oh, thank
I
you,
know
sir.
that. I'm not
Thank you,
mad
sir.
at
Thank you,
I'm not mad
sir.
at that.
I really believe in these Bulls. Man.
All right.
Oh, you forgot Philly. That's right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Damn sure did forget about
Yeah.
Philly,
Got
too.
Philly.
JB, who your 3rd seed?
I'm going with Miami.
Okay. Fresh, who you got?
3rd seed, I am going the Brooklyn Nets.
Ooh.
Mm.
I guess Kyrie ain't coming back.
They got the MVP Kevin Durant, so it's all good.
Yeah. W, what you got?
I got Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. All right.
Big feet, Kevin Durant, you mean?
All right, the number 2 seed in Eastern Conference. All right, who you got, Maui?
You said number 2, right?
Yeah.
I got the Bucks.
Okay.
No.
All right. JB, what you got?
I got the Bucks also at number 2 seed.
Okay. Fresh, what you got?
I'm taking number 2. I'm taking the Bucks.
Okay. All right, and W, what you got?
I got the Bucks at number 2.
Okay. Call me crazy. I got the Nets. All right. So, with that being said, who is your number 1 seed? I'm gonna go with you first, Maui. Who you got?
Man, it's the first time it ever was a tie. I'm telling you. I got the Nets in the Philly. I got the Nets.
I'm gonna say Philly. I'm like, who they gonna get for Ben Simmons this week? All right, JB, who you got?
I mean, I think there's no doubt about it. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be number 1. I'm joking, not Cleveland.
All right,
I'm just joking. I'm joking. I think that I won't be able to go to Cleveland after this show, but yeah, no, Brooklyn's my number 1 seed.
Well, hey, it is Taco Tuesday. So.
You remember what your Kim Noah said? Who goes to Cleveland? You visiting your family then? You're not going there.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I get stuck there in a stopover, and somebody who watches the show sees me and is like, "Hey, guy, fuck you for making fun of the Cavs." I don't know.
I remember you.
Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland. All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And, well, yeah. Fresh, who you got? Who's your number 1 seed?
Number 1 in the East, Ice Trey and the gang, Atlanta.
Okay, KK.
You already know. Ice Trey the gang. I ain't even got to say
Number 1.
Ice Trey the gang.
Hold on. Y'all really got the Hawks at number 1?
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
This is why. The Hawks.
I thought we were being professional.
Hold on.
Let my brother professionally do his thing real quick and show y'all why y'all need that.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
For one, we need playoff games on Monday night so we can go to Magic City after the game. That's number 1. Number 2.
Okay, you won. You got it. Just call me.
But the Hawks have the deepest team in the East, and they're one team. They got the expectations they got to live up to. But overall, the team has good chemistry. They got a good coach. They're one of those teams that win during the regular season because the teams that we expect to compete for championships are going to be resting their players. I'm not saying the Hawks will win the championship. They're just going to have the number 1 seed.
So you're saying that you believe that the Hawks can be this year's Utah?
Yes.
But better.
That's good. That's great. That's great.
Because I can easily see them losing in the second round as the number 1 seed. I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn, that's a great argument.
All right.
Yeah,
But,
big time.
They were projected to have the most wins in the East. They were projected to be 57. I think the Nets were second with like 56.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, Max City Monday, like you said, celebrate a playoff win and head on down the street.
Right down the street, round the corner.
Just make that left, make that right, and you there.
And personal side note.
Right.
So personal side note. Is there any other options there? Because I know I was eyeing the quesadillas. I didn't know if they were any good or not. Y'all, that's all y'all be.
I'll tell you the 100% truth. No.
Yeah.
Any strip club food down here is good strip club food.
Right.
Thanks for the advice.
And what is it, Mississippi or Alabama, Chris? Where every gas station had the best chicken in the world, bro.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah, Mississippi, and then
we have
Mississippi.
A few of those down here. We have a few
yeah. We had we gamed the junk, put in some fresh tenders and grease. Bro, we all over the place, but yeah, man. But yeah. So the next thing is gonna be Lou Pepper, the Lou Will wings, and then the quesadillas. Just
every time we score 100, 3 wings from Magic City.
Hey, I was at Memphis. This old lady hustled me, man. I left out of there. That owned the shop. I left out of there about $60 worth of food. Martin Luther King loved my iced tea. Sammy Davis Jr. loved my pecan pie. Man, I came to the room. I walked in. She said, hey, big boy, you need to sign my book so you know what I mean? I came to that damn hotel with all this food. I said, Chris, you want some ribs? I came.
MLK ate this like this?
Right.
Crazy.
Right, thanks. But yeah, man. So we'll put a ball in the Eastern Conference preview, fellas. Definitely appreciate you for coming on. Social media, drop your social media. Then what's popping off on halftime tomorrow?
We got the halftime. We got the Hoopers Room. We've already said we're gonna do Ben Wallace, who just recently made the Hall of Fame. Ben Wallace is one of those players. Even though not offensively that very gifted, defensively I feel like he changed a lot of what teams do because he could switch on anybody. He's one of the few players in NBA history that could guard all 5 positions. LeBron can't do it. Magic can't do it. Ben Simmons not gonna do it because he's not gonna play this year. But Ben Wallace, Ben Wallace is gonna be we're gonna be talking about Ben Wallace in the Hoopers Room tomorrow on the halftime map. That's 6 p.m. Eastern for all my people who are clock literate, I guess I want to say. But no, Dave Chappelle don't cancel me. But now definitely y'all come hang out with us on the halftime app. Go ahead and download it if you haven't already.
Yes, indeed. Right. Yeah, man. Always good to go on those on Wednesdays, when I can. But yeah, man. And speaking of that, don't let Mo go on there because Mo gonna talk about he ain't a Hall of Famer, bro. We did a football draft and we took it was like an hour. We was convincing Mo like he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. What? We was on the verge of kicking him out, and you know how Mo is. Mo will come in scratching, clawing, like he don't even care. Like it's like 8 rational people. It's 8 rational people in the room, and Mo is going off. I'm like, bro, chill out. He's like, oh, he don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, what? We just get ready to share the screen on Wikipedia and show this man like all this man's accomplishments.
He's so silly, man.
Oh my God, Mo! Shout out to Mo, man. My man.
Shout out to Mo. Yes. Mo. Absolutely, yeah, man. Appreciate you guys for coming through, and we definitely on as the season progresses. We're definitely, man.
We gotta do this live. Y'all gotta come down here. We gotta we gotta do something.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta go to Magic City, but we can go to Blue Flame on a Wednesday or something. I don't know.
I'm telling you right now. I'd have been with Chris. I'd be like, Chris, you want to go? I'm gonna order DoorDash. I'll go get it.
Let's put let's do like this. If y'all come down and we go to Magic City, Chris, you ain't gotta worry about putting up your plane ticket or your rent for the month to go in there because we gonna make sure you just go in there. We gonna have you like this. We gonna get to the buffet. We gonna
television.
We gonna sit down.
Buffet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yes. It's a yes. Yes.
Sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up.
It's buffet style. Yes.
The wings are buffet style too?
Yeah. He cracks me up, B. He cracks me up.
Google flights.
Y'all come down here. Y'all have a good time. We'll figure out something. You know what I mean? A Hawks game, then like I say, bust a couple lefts. We at Magic City or another strip club. We can figure out something to do. We can do this live from a Hawks game.
Man. Chris was saying he had such a good time to that Hawks game. I mean, the Falcon game, and I was listening to him, and I was like, man, shoot, we might have to do that together, man, once a year. For real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's legit. And where I was at
games, but if y'all come down here, I go tailgate with y'all, and I probably gonna stay for the game. We can come down and tailgate. We can get some wings going, some ribs and whatnot. I throw some lobster tail on the grill for us or whatnot. We can get down and lobster tail.
We're gonna get that. Yeah, we will. Yeah. Well, once you told me the buffet, I'm getting some.
It's done. It's done.
I'm trying to get that for Christmas.
Come down for Christmas,
Christmas. Yeah, facts, big facts.
We can sit in the house. We ain't got to worry about going out. We go. We just gonna go to Magic City. We're gonna get some wings and we're gonna chill from outside the cold because I ain't dealing with the cold. Is different down here. I don't know if y'all know that or not. I know y'all from cold places.
Once the sun come down, it's real chill, ain't it?
What about
chill ain't the word.
Or it be brick out there.
It has been.
Bro, and then I heard it was raining all summer. The Uber driver, the dude that took me to the airport, he said it rained all summer. I'm like,
it will rain for 3 weeks straight before you see the sun again.
Yeah,
And you not realize you ain't seen the sun in 3 weeks.
It was like that in Texas.
Yeah, because when I left that Tuesday, and it rained that whole entire week. Because the dude was telling me, he's like, "Yo, I picked a good weekend because like it always rained." And bro, when I left, it was pouring down raining 2 weeks ago. That was wild. But yeah, man. But yeah, definitely appreciate you guys for coming in and then also giving me that interesting tidbit about the buffet.
Yo, Harden looks so weird playing. James Harden looks so weird playing for the Nets. Like it looks like it's like a clone of him. He don't even look the same.
No, he don't. Right? He kind of moved different and everything. Like
man, it's something going on with that, B.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. Well,
James Harden now.
Right.
Mm.
Hey. And shoot.
They should just clone Kyrie and get that Kyrie to take the shot, so Kyrie can sit at the house. That's what they.
Let me tell y'all. Do you know that like 70% of the police officers in New York has not taken the shot?
Oh, wow.
That's what all of this stuff is. It's deeper than that. It's like 80% of the health workers then quit. They ain't take the shot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's deeper than just what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I heard the police. I'm like, what?
And I hate to go back in the circle around there, but I mean, he did say that though. Like he is doing this for people who have lost their jobs because of mandated vaccinations, and I don't agree with him. You ain't finna make me get no shot. No. Hey, that's a different story though. We ain't here for that.
Yeah, right.
We somebody open up that can of worms.
We gonna be here for another 6 hours, so let's not over that.
Y'all remember. But I'll digress. Trust me, I pay attention, but brother be working, but I can't really engage in all of it. But yeah, trust me, I be paying attention, bro. But yeah, man. Appreciate you fellas for coming on, man. And once again, salute our cousins, our country cousins.
Every time, man. You already
yes,
know.
sir. Appreciate you. And we'll holler at y'all during the season, man. And like we said, hey, rack up the airline miles.
Come on down.
Facts, big facts. All right, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, I'll let y'all. All right. All right.
I don't know why, man, but I want to watch Tip Drill. I don't know why.
Hey, man. Don't be careful.
Yeah,
right.
Y'all be good.
I was finna say something, but he right. We're not gonna be careful. I enjoy y'all show. Everybody.
All right, fellas.
All right, bro.
Appreciate y'all. All right. Yeah, huge shout out to
Jimmy shot his gift in the bubble.
Yeah. But yeah, man, huge shout out to the Hoopers, man, our country cousins, man. So
hey, man, if that ain't a great spoof, because he was at that press conference looking so drained,
bro.
He could barely look. Jimmy could barely walk, bro. If that ain't a great spoof to find out that he might have been, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We thinking he tore up Rachel. Rachel about to tore up him.
All right, man.
Allegedly. Allegedly, you know what I mean?
All right, piece of the jump though, like on some serious mess though. All right, now you behave yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I might watch that interview after this.
Right. Yeah. So definitely huge shout out to the Hoopers, man. Definitely check our guys out. And also check them out. Download the Halftime app. Catch them out on Wednesdays at 6:00. They always got a Hoopers room. Definitely always fun to be a part of that. So, fellas, we're going to wrap up tonight's show. We'll do our Week 7 NFL picks, which I got to do a good job with doing the accounting of that because I just do so much. So, it's like as far as do our records from side to side and see who wins each week. But I've been horrible with that, honestly. And plus, this season, and plus the way the season is for me, I really don't give a damn. I don't care about the Washington football team struggling.
Hey, if you think that's bad, wait till those emails really start coming out.
Oh, no comment. I've been pissed all week. So we got Thursday night game. We got the Denver Broncos versus the Cleveland Browns. Maui, Captain Obvious. Who wins this matchup?
I think it's, regardless, but I think it's going to be the Broncos because they've lost 2 games straight, right?
3. They lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah, so I think this is a game they have to win. I don't know, man. I think it's some issues really going on with the Browns. No, all jokes aside, it's like this. Why are y'all going to, if the boat look like it's sinking, why don't you fix the boat? So if there's a true issue between Odell and
Baker,
then you need to do something. I don't understand. Why would you sit here and you know what I'm saying? Come on, just send Odell send him to the Steelers. We'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? It'd be all right. You know what I mean? He get to doing something weird. I can see Tomlin's eyes getting real big looking at him. Hey, boy, we don't do that over here. But you see Bear tweeted to Baker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, Lamar called me, bro. Me and Lamar, it's like that's why like I literally like me and Lamar is like we're just so eerily similar. Like we just call each other to vent each other about our teams. It's just like and just be like, yo, Lamar, man, my team sucks. Mine's 2-2. That's why like me and Lamar, like we loyal, suffering fans. So yeah, man, it's always like when we talk, it's just like he's almost like my sports therapist. I hope I feel the same way about it. I hope I get that same impact on him.
Hey, JB, he was like, I think I'm going to be a Ravens fan. I was like, that would be smart because that's the real Cleveland Browns team. Yeah. That one over there is like a team they just put together and just say, hey, we're going to put the Browns logo on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I don't think the Browns situation is as dire as they made it. So, like, let's just look at it was like last week was a bad loss. They have a bunch of injuries right now. They need to get healthy. Both the running backs are hurt. They had some injuries on the defensive side of the ball. But you look at the other 2 losses. You look at the fact that they lost to Cleveland, the first game of the year. I mean, if their punter doesn't get that punt block, they win that game, and then they lost a shootout to San Diego. So I don't think it's that dire yet. But the injuries are a bit of a concern. I mean, Baker has an issue with his labrum and he hurt his shoulder on Sunday. I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I just don't like the way that Denver has been playing, actually. And I think that Denver is another team in a similar situation. They have a bunch of injuries going on, but something's going on with Denver too. Like for them to have shown up flat at home because they're supposed to have this great home field advantage in Mile High, and for them to show up flat against Vegas, that was kind of a real surprise to me last weekend. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland in this game.
Yeah. Actually, give me the Washington football team in the West. Give me the Denver Broncos. Short team injuries. Cleveland got the injuries on a short rest. Baker, I don't know what's going on with Baker. He's still waiting for a second opinion. I don't know what's going on with that. We got the Washington football team versus the Green Bay Packers. Who you got, Maui?
Green Bay.
JP, who you got?
No, I wanted to talk to you about this, Chris. All right. Yeah. I have a theory, and I think that you're going to – and look, I'm not saying this because, like, our teams are rivals, but did we over-evaluate Washington's defense last year? So here's the thing that I was saying last year. People saying, oh, you a hater. Like, I think that they were the product of going against non-elite quarterbacks last year. And, don't get me wrong, there are some pieces on the defense I think the front 4 is good, although Chase has been kind of disappointing this year. Chase has been kind of disappointing. But I think that when you look at that defense, I don't think the linebackers are particularly good. And the secondary, my God, the secondary is horrible. So I think that I think people misevaluated them last year. Like, you figured that they beat up on Andy Dalton 2 times, and they just, to me, man, I don't know what's going on, man. Like with because the defense, to me, when you look at the personnel, do I think that they're world beaters? No, but they shouldn't be this bad. I'm thinking something's going on with Del Rio and with Ron Rivera, and if the front 4 ain't getting there, man, they have to blitz at some point. But give me the Packers. Give me Green Bay in this game.
No doubt. Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of what happened last year too, that we would get a lot of turnovers too. So that's another thing too. This is the thing, when you win, it's the ultimate deodorant. It covers up your deficiencies. So you had situations where you was getting a good pass rush last year and you was actually forcing turnovers. That's the issue. You're doing none of that this year. That's essentially what happened. And then Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, they not making any adjustments. They still think everything is fine and nothing is, So, like I said on the Washington Football Guys podcast on Sunday, if you're a Green Bay Packers player and you want to propose to your girlfriend to your girlfriend, bring her whole family, bring everybody around. You're gonna have a good game. Give me the Green Bay in this matchup. So yeah. All right. Kansas City versus Tennessee. Maui, what you got?
Damn. Usually you say the Chiefs. Damn. I'm gonna say the Titans because I think this win they just had. If they keep it going, we all know that the defense they physical and they need to run the ball a little bit more.
Yeah. All right. JB, who you got in this matchup?
Okay, so this is a tough one. I think we have to kind of look at what's going on with Taylor Lewan. That was a big injury last night. Him being carted off the field. I don't know, man. I think this game is a toss-up. It's in Tennessee.
Yes, in Tennessee.
Something's going on with Kansas City this year, man. Like, they're turning the ball over a lot. I'm going to say this, man. Give me Tennessee in this game, but I think this game could be. I think this is a close game. I think this is a coin flip game, but give me Tennessee because they're at home.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Good. Yeah.
I'm saying it's my bad. Go ahead, bro.
You good? No, what you get? Yeah.
I just think that, man, it's success, man. It's success. I just seen a meme of Patrick Mahomes going to the Post Malone concert. You know what I mean? And and then the crowd going crazy. It's success, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be self-motivated. You got to keep that hunger, man. You know what I mean? Like you got to constantly have something to prove. And he's been so successful and he's got paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, I know it's more to him, but I would say the same thing with the Chiefs, Yeah.
All I gotta say is give me the Titans. I don't mess with them
right.
Chiefs. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all see that boy brother, do something to him. I don't incite no violence, but hey, getting this, get to talk to him.
What are you talking about?
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes' brother, he did the disrespectful stuff. Yeah, that was.
Right.
And
then the mama kept on complaining about the one of the interceptions that my boy Bobby McClain said, "Oh, that shouldn't have been. That shouldn't have counted on Patrick." And I'm like, bro, it is what it is. Stop complaining. Give me. All right, so we got next matchup. We got Atlanta versus Miami. Who you guys got? I'm gonna go with you first, Maui. What you got?
I got the Falcons.
Okay. What you got, JB?
Where is this game at?
Miami.
Something's wrong. Well, I do think it kind of makes a difference because I don't think the Falcons are that good of a road team to begin with. Something stinks. Something stinks in Miami, and like their line is bad. This is another game where I think it's a coin flip. Give me the Falcons right now, but like if I had to pick this on Saturday, I might pick Miami. But yeah, give me the Falcons on this one.
Yeah, give me Atlanta. Give me the Falcons. We got New York.
I think it's because Tua played, right?
Yeah, he played last week in London.
And I just think that they need to. I don't know, man. It ain't going the way they want. I mean, look at Murray killing. You know what I mean? Is it that they didn't give? You don't think they given Tua the best team around him?
Well, the line is horrible. He's been hurt, and the line is horrible. Their offensive line is horrible. Like it's
and they never addressed it.
And like when I looked at the teams, I was like, well, I think that Jacksonville definitely has a really bad line. There are some teams that have some really bad offensive lines, and like Miami's offensive line, like from this year to last year, I mean, it's like night and day, man.
Right. Yeah, and then like Tua really, like you said, he just got back from the rib injury, so it's almost it's like he's incomplete to me at this point. I can't really give a fair assessment because of just the injuries. If he can, if he can play, then it is what it is. But we got the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Who you got, Maui?
Pats.
Okay. JB, who you got?
Pats get their first home win this week.
Mhm. He's so
But yeah, oh my gosh, yo, that was wild. You got the Carolina Panthers at the New York Giants. Who you got, Maui?
Panthers.
All right.
Hey, Jones is still hurt. And Barkley still hurt.
Well, he played. He played. But Tony got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one game that I actually, if I was betting, I would stay away from this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Giants. Like something's going. Carolina just is not a very good team right now, especially without them having McCaffrey. Darnold has turned back into like the old Sam Darnold. Yeah. I mean, and I picked them as one of my sleeper teams on the division because I felt that like, okay, McCaffrey's going to stay healthy. If McCaffrey stays healthy, he'll be okay. You can like cover up for, but he's hurt right now. He's on IR. So give me the Giants, man. I think the Giants can win this game.
Yeah. Give me the Giants as well. Give me the New York Football Giants. We got Cincinnati coming to the Avenue. They're playing the Baltimore Ravens. Why are you looking at me like that, Paul? So we got Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Where are they coming again?
They coming to the Avenue.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, but I got the strangest feeling that them damn Bengals gonna win.
Who you got, JB?
I think this is gonna be a close game. I think actually Cincinnati, like they proved a lot to me last weekend because I thought that Detroit game was a trap game for them, but they win, they took care of business. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, but the Ravens have not played very well this year. I know they blew out the Chargers on Sunday, but they could have a few more losses on their resume at the moment. So give me the Ravens, but I think the Bengals will keep this game close.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like to me, I look at the ebb and flows of the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, going on the streak they are. Give me Cincinnati to beat the boys on the Avenue. Give me the Bengals. give me. We got the Philadelphia Eagles gone all the way to Las Vegas. Maui, who you got?
I'm going with Vegas.
Okay. JB, who you got?
What's the game again?
Eagles in Vegas.
Eagles in the Raiders at Las Vegas.
Give me the Raiders, but I think this game could be a trap game for them.
Yeah, give me the Raiders. We got the Detroit Lions, the historically bad Detroit Lions, going to SoFi with the LA Rams.
Oh my God. Dan Campbell will cry again.
Maui, what you got?
I'm going with the Rams.
JB, who you got?
I feel bad, Dan Campbell. I mean, like I heard that maybe they got some Kleenex on sale at CVS and Walgreens. You maybe need to get like a bunch of like tissues because I think it's gonna be a long Sunday for them. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long flight home from Detroit to LA, and to a point where it's gonna be such a game. I know Dan Campbell likes to bite kneecaps. He might need to get fitted for dentures because this is gonna be rough. And the losing continues for this Detroit Lions team, unfortunately. Houston at Arizona. Maui, who you got?
Houston at Arizona.
Okay. JB, who you got?
Arizona.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I lied to you, Davis Mills, but I didn't want you to go to Arizona. Give me the Cardinals. We got the monster of the Midway coming to Tampa Bay. To Tampa Bay. What you guys got? I'm gonna go with you first, Malby. Who you got?
What you say?
Chicago at Tampa Bay.
Like you said, it might be a sleeper, but I really think the Bucks. The Bucks play so conservative to me. They'll knock you out, but then all of a sudden they'll let you get back in the game.
Atlanta. Maui, who you got? I mean, JB, who you got? My bad.
Tampa.
TB. Yeah,
TB.
give me TB. Yeah, TB.
Hey, yo, I think I'm watching the game. I think Kevin Durant brushed his hair, B.
Oh boy. We got the Indianapolis Colts at the San Francisco 49ers. And that's actually a Sunday night game. I cannot wait till these games get flexed out. I'm sorry. This is another basket weaving Sunday for me, potentially.
You said the Colts versus who? Colts versus who?
49ers.
49ers? Yeah. Ooh. I'm going to go Niners, but ooh. I don't know why, but it just feel like the Colts could win that game.
Who you got, JB?
Is Jimmy G playing is my question.
Well, coming off a bye, it's questionable.
If he plays, I like them, but if he doesn't play, I like the Colts. Actually, I'm gonna pick the Colts in this game. I think that T.Y. Hilton coming back is really gonna help that offense.
Yeah. Give me the San Francisco 49ers and my boy Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers.
Nets look horrible.
Then we have the Monday night game. We have the New Orleans Saints versus the Seattle Seahawks. Maui, who you got to end out round to week 7?
Oh man, I wish Russell was playing. I don't know. It's all. You know what's funny? They make me feel like they're taming Geno Smith. Like they won't let him loose. That game, he looked like he was very conservative. Like you know what I mean? Right. I heard that anyway. I'm picking. I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna be biased finally. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Seahawks. I'm gonna pick the Seahawks.
Go Hawks, as your boy Russ would say. All right. Maui, JB, what you got?
Give me the Saints, man. I think that I think that Seattle's going to play too conservative, and I think the Saints have the better defense. Like, can somebody explain to me why Jamal Adams thinks he's the best safety in the game?
For him to say this is intro.
I mean, seriously, seriously, you see him like, okay, if he can play as like a hybrid linebacker, he's fine. But as soon as he gets put in coverage, he's toast. So I just think Seattle has some offensive problems, and I think the Saints are gonna beat them. I think it'll be a close game though, and I think Geno will fill in admirably for Russ, but their defense just isn't good, and they need a elite quarterback to like overcome that. And Geno's unfortunately not elite. So
yeah, I think it is weird because Saints are like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when it comes to the like 1 week they're good, the next, and vice versa. I think this is going to be the game where they look bad. So give me the Seattle Seahawks in this game. So, fellas, let's put a bow on this week's Couch Coach Live, fellas. We giving out game balls this week. Mara, who gets your game ball this week?
I'm giving a game ball to this to Dale Taylor. He got hurt, but he's doing well. Yes. I want to give it to the health, conditioning people that came out to help, and the Steeler health conditioning people for taking care of me. I want to give the game ball to Pete Carroll. When they started talking to him, they said, let's talk about the most important thing, which was about Daryl's health, because, a lot of people was very, I got a few phone calls, so a lot of people was very nervous because they didn't know necessarily what was going on. So I want to get a game ball of him, and I'm actually happy that they're going against the Saints, because I think Daryl may be playing, and he can go ahead and get them sacks up. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you this too, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because that game, they said his name a lot. They said his name a lot in that game. And I really feel like, this remind me of a movie that I had watched with Tom Cruise. So now people know, he got hurt. People know who he is. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to really ball. You know what I mean? 4 sacks. You know what I mean?
Bro, like when I tell you, when you told me about your story about your brother, you know what's so crazy? Because it was so weird. Like that injury, obviously it was a long pause because they went to commercial break a couple times.
Yeah,
I've never seen. The only time I seen, like, as far as them showing him leaving an ambulance, I think might have been like Dak Prescott last year.
Right.
It's very rare when you see injuries where they actually show
Right.
him in an ambulance and them turning the street. That kind of made me like, whoa, this is not good.
Right.
Like,
so when he called me, I went straight nurse mode, and I said they're investments. So there's procedures they have to do.
Yeah.
I said, so they tell them to lay still when they feel something. I said, but let me tell you what I saw. I saw him move his feet.
Yep.
I saw his hands move. I said, so I really don't feel anything is wrong, because the whole thing I kept saying is, Wolford, get your big ass up. That's all I kept saying. You know what I mean? But it's, you have to understand, man, that they trying everything to keep these guys safe because they are investments. So it's just procedure. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah, and because where he went was a level 1 trauma center, so so he was in the right place, and like they said, like Tarico was saying, he's in the right place because they pretty much had those guys that stand by if something happens. So
he wanted to walk off the field. They said that he wanted to walk off the field, but they wouldn't let him, and that's what I was trying to explain. I said there's procedures. They just want to be safe because he's overachieving right now. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you,
no doubt,
even in that game. They were showing how he was moving on against the line, the guard, that he was kind of freezing up Harris a little bit. You know what I mean? And he almost got an interception, so he's been overachieving pretty well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then for him to be able to fly back home with the team, I like, man. That was good. But like you said, I could definitely, especially somebody as close as your brother is. I would. Yeah,
it's like Jerry Maguire. Remember when Cuban Gooden said, "Hold up." You know what I mean? And it feels that way now because now everybody know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so it's an opportunity.
Yes. Yeah. It's but JP, this week's game ball. Who you got?
I'm gonna go to college football, man. I'm gonna give my game ball to the Purdue Boilermakers, man. That was a big win, and it's crazy, man. They have a crazy record against teams that are ranked in the top 3 all time. I mean, for them to just go into, and I didn't think Iowa was like a serious national championship contender, but for them to just go there and beat the snot out of them on the road, that's always good when you can go on the road in college football and win a game like convincingly. So good for the engineering students there.
Yeah, and shout out to their social media because they said we beat the number 2 out of Iowa. I was like, oh,
yo, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Maz, I gotta give it to our guy Urban Meyer, man. The grind is real. For him to get his first win, I'm like, bro, I was so happy for him. I'm like, bro, like, and it's so funny because I was talking to Lamar. We was watching it, we were talking to each other before the game, and we was like, watch that boy go back to Columbus. Watch, it's a party in Columbus.
And you picked them to win too.
Yeah, and definitely, and also T Law get his first win. So definitely, you shout out to Barrow Street doing his thing. but yeah, shout out to T Law, man. T Law, he's gonna be all right. But yeah, so fellas, social media, and anything else? Final thoughts, social media. What you got, Maui?
Oh man, great show. Always love when the Hoopers come on. You know what I mean? We get ignorant. But social media, Deshaun Morgan, Facebook. You know what I mean? DT Morgan 78, IG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Shout out to the Hoopers, man. It's almost like when they come together, we like Craig and Day. Like
right.
we just be kicking it.
This is my roof. This is my roof. This is my roof right here.
Right. Yeah. So always good time to kick it with our country cousins from the A.
Right.
So JB, social media.
I'm just on Facebook. I still haven't gotten Instagram yet. Somebody's gonna have to. Yeah, Chris, you might have to just stay on me to get Instagram. I'm eventually gonna get it.
You look like a Twitter guy myself, man. You have some.
Twitter,
great opinions, bro.
Well, I used to do Twitter, but then I felt like I'm like, man, I don't have a following. I feel like it's better if you have some kind of status, or you have a following on Twitter and stuff like that. So
well, you can. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's gonna start from anywhere. Like me, I didn't do nothing. I got almost 2,000 followers, just off of just doing stuff. But yeah, you keep doing it. Yeah, you'll build a following. Plus, if you
got
get
great,
on Twitter,
great.
and you get on Twitter,
statements, man.
Yeah, you get on Twitter,
Really
be a part of us with the network and stuff, and you'll have at least about 100 off the jump.
Oh, I need to remember I don't even remember my ID and stuff like that anymore.
Create a new one.
I'm about to create a new one.
Yeah, I got an old one, and and there's some people, some interesting people to follow on.
I'm just
Twitter.
hoping that I'm not connected to anything that they need to investigate, because I got another email that I can't remember the password, and good golly, Miss Molly, I hope they don't ever go through that jump.
Yeah,
my bad.
I'm a quiet boy when it comes to my emails. They're gonna be like,
now.
Right? They gonna be like, why you get all these coupons from Chipotle and Qdoba? I'll be like, did Andy Reid? When they talk about Andy Reid, they dug up email from DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash. Yeah, he had a bunch of DoorDash receipts and stuff like that. Yeah, that should have me. That should have me. The meme that had me the weakest though, Chris, was like they had like the like 3 black dudes on the computer, and they were like Bears fans trying to hack into Matt Nagy's email. That should have me weak, man.
Bro. I gotta show y'all me, but I can't say it out loud. But it's wild. So inappropriate. But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Couch Coach Live. Also check out the audio podcast, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. Also, let's see what other things going on. Fridays. Watching football, guys. Me and my guy Rob. So we do that on Fridays, and then we also do it on Sundays after watching football team game, and then also See You Sunday, our NFL pregame show on Saturdays, and then also Overreaction Monday on Mondays. So, fellas, definitely great show, and definitely once again shout out to our country cousins, our Day, our cousins. The Hoopers for joining us for the Eastern Conference preview. So without further ado, man, that's been this week's Couch Coach Live, man. We'll catch you guys next week, and we are out.
All right.
Yeah.